welcome to Lapland. I am back in Lapland for the 4th winter in a row as a tour guide. I was already here for 2 weeks during the Christmas holidays, and the first group was my family, and it was so incredibly special to have them here, and we had the most amazing weather. I honestly couldn't have wished for it to be better. Now I'm back after 2 weeks at home because January somehow is a slow month. But now I will be doing 3 different kinds of group tours for the next 3 weeks. So 1 a week, and I thought I would take you guys along just to show you what it's like for me as a tour guide in Lapland. What do we get up to? What are my tasks? Like, what do I really do? Today, I left at home at 1:30 a.m. to get to the airport at 3:15 to welcome the people, basically, just to greet the people of my group and help them with check-in or whatever they needed. Everything went super smoothly, luckily, because it doesn't always. But we landed here in Kittilä, which is close to Levi. Levi is a ski resort or a ski town here in northern Finland, and we will be spending the week here. We started off with putting all the luggage in the luggage room because it was still quite early, so we just put the luggage in the luggage room as the rooms weren't ready yet. Then we had lunch. I love this lunch so much. Some reindeer sausages and salmon with cream cheese. It was so good. The clients seemed to love it as well, and I took down their menu choices for the snow hotel or the ice hotel later on this week because I need to let them know the menu choices. Then we went to go and pick up the equipment, so the thermal suits, the shoes, the socks, the gloves, all of that, and then we came back to the hotel. Some people got to check in, others not yet, but then I took everyone on kind of a discovery walk through the little town here. They all really loved it, and some people stayed around just to have a look at the shops and do some browsing along. And then we will meet up again tonight for dinner. So that is what's going on this first day. Not much goes on the first day. It's a lot of just getting everyone ready, getting everyone orientated, getting to know everyone. I've already memorized all of the 25 names. I'm really proud. There's a lot of people in their 20s, so it's a very young and vibrant group. But yeah, I'm very excited.
On our first activity-filled day, I had breakfast and got ready. I made it to my reserved seat on the bus along with the local guide. We both did some explanations before arriving at the Husky farm, where I translated the driving instructions. And then we all got on our assigned sledges. I got to be a passenger princess because the group was uneven and usually the clients will choose to keep steering the sledge. We then made it back to the kotta where we had lunch and warmed up a bit before heading back to the hotel. In the evening we went to my favorite dinner place in Levi. This is the best meal ever.
It is day 3 of the week. Well, not really of the week, but of the 8 days. And this morning we had a very early wake-up call because we left at 8 to go with the snowmobile to the reindeer farm. So yeah, we had breakfast at 7, very early morning, and then we drove about 15 kilometers with the snowmobiles to get to the reindeer farm. And there we had a quick ride in the reindeer sledge before having a coffee with the donut whilst we were getting more information about the reindeer herding. Now I'm just walking through town. I checked if the stairs are clear to walk because a lot of fresh snow had fallen last night. The clients are off this afternoon. I also went to pick up their goodbye present from the supermarket. And now I guess I'm off to do some other work and get my guides going over on Thatch, my travel guides. And then we have dinner again in the evening.
Once we made it to the Northern Lights Lake after a 20-minute walk, we all watched while sitting in the snow and having some snacks. The next day was a perfect day in my books. The kind of day that I do this all for. With Gamos, or the extremely long golden hour, in full swing, combined with the full moon whilst catching speed on the snowmobiles.
We are on the snowmobile safari, the second one with the ice fishing, and it is the most perfect day. We have the moon in the back and the sun in the front, and they have cranked up the speed up to 70 kilometers an hour instead of the general 30. So I'm very happy. It's such an amazing day. High on life.
This, along with the sun, just made for an absolute stunning day. We then arrived at the lake for the ice fishing. But first, everyone had to heat up and get their hands warm before we headed out to test our luck on the ice. Unfortunately, we didn't catch anything, but in Levi, it usually doesn't happen. We still got some yummy salmon in our soup though, which is always so delicious. We then headed back to Levi, where we had some time off before another dinner at the hotel.
The fourth day of activities was snowshoe walking, so we went on quite an intense snowshoe walk up the Levi hill, but it was so beautiful. We did see a beautiful landscape just from the top, just between the trees, and everyone really enjoyed it. We got to slide down, which was so much fun. Whee! And now everyone is off for the rest of the day, and so am I. So yeah, so far so good. All the activities that were included are now done, and the clients have 2 more days off. So I will also get to enjoy some time off or get to do other work. But yeah, it's been a good week.
I had a shower in my very crooked bathroom and had to dry my hair with a hairdryer that only blows cold air. I definitely got the leftover room of the hotel. Once I was finally ready, we had a delicious steak dinner. The next day, I picked out a birthday present for someone in the group and found these cute puzzles for my niece. The World Cup pond hockey was happening, so I had a look there as well.
Alright, it is my day off, and I just went to drop off my clients at the bus stop for the ice karting. And I went to the supermarket to get myself some lunch, because usually all my expenses are covered, but not on these days off. I get to take care of my lunch myself, except for when I'm in another place, but here I do. So I just went to the supermarket to get myself some cheap goods, because I am here to make as much money as possible and have as little expenses as possible. So I do not have a microwave, but I do have a kettle. I got myself some instant noodles and some instant pasta with some mozzarella cheese. So that should be my 2 lunches covered for less than €5. An hour later, my pasta is finally cooked. Don't ask me how I eventually managed to get it, but I'm glad that tomorrow I have instant noodles instead of this. Oh god. Now I'm going to catch up with some Love Island whilst I have this very disappointing meal. Being a tour guide is not always as luxurious as it looks, although most of the time it is. Today's instant noodles are a much bigger success. I dropped off my clients at their extra excursion this morning, and now I am free until the evening, and we will be going to Snow Village. I'm very excited to see what they've done with the place this year, because each year it just basically disappears because it melts down, and then they rebuild it into a new theme with new artwork, etc. So I'm very excited to see what it's like this year. On the way to Snow Village, I shared some fun facts. We got a guided tour and ended at the ice bar with a drink in Valhalla. We were explained how the place is built each year, but there is a fun movie showing the process as well. We then headed to the ice restaurant for a delicious reindeer feast. And it is actually freezing in here, guys, so even my water was freezing in the glass because I wasn't having it fast enough. It also looked like the reindeer had been slaughtered on my dessert plate. Not a great look. After the tour and the incredible dinner, which has been the same for the past 4 years that I've been here, it is now time to check out all the beautiful rooms in Snow Village. The theme this year of the Ice Hotel was Northern mythology, which fits so perfectly, and it was the most beautiful addition I have seen so far. from Kalevala, which is the Finnish origin story of nature, including Lauhi, the queen of the underworld who stole the sun and the moon, explaining the disappearance of the sun in wintertime, to Tapio, who is the god of the forests. Ilmarinen was definitely the most beautiful and detailed room I have ever seen. This is the blacksmith god. Ahti is the Finnish god of the sea and fishing. Velamo is the goddess of water, lakes, and seas, and can also control the winds to help the sailors. In the Inuit region, Nanook was the master of the bears, meaning he decided if hunters deserved success in finding and hunting bears. This and so much more meaning was given to each and every room, like the entire place was just incredible this year. The next day, I dropped off the first group at the airport and waited for the flight to arrive with my new group. We headed into town and first got our gear before a walking tour and check-in. Finally, I made it to my new hotel. This is what I hate the most. It's lugging my 22-kilo suitcase and then the bag with the safari clothes for a kilometer through the snow to get to a new hotel just because another group is staying at another hotel. And to think that this is week 2 and it is a kind of around Lapland trip. So we will be packing and moving every few nights. I don't know if I can do it, guys. We only have 2 nights here. Then 1 night in Rovaniemi. And then the rest of the nights in Syote. Before I end up back in Ruka, where I will be spending the next 4 weeks. Which is where I usually am anyways. But yeah, this is my way of getting back there. And there's some candies here. Some lingonberry candies. They cannot be. They are definitely not free. Okay. Oh no. There goes my excitement. And I am going to take a nap. It is now 4 p.m., which is the soonest I could check in. And yeah, I just need a nap because I'm so done from lugging all this stuff around. We climbed all the way up the stairs to the viewpoint just to have a view over Ruka. No, Levi, oh my god. Anyway, the new group seems lovely. They've arrived well. And tonight we have my favorite Lappish dinner. I will show you around the room first because we are staying at Sokol's Break now. And this is a much nicer hotel. This room was a lot more spacious and comfortable, with a much nicer bathroom that I really enjoyed. I even had a view on the slopes from my bed. We then headed to my favorite Lappish buffet, followed by my favorite breakfast buffet in town the next morning. I then got ready for an exciting day because we took off to a place I hadn't been before. We started our day in Yllas, where luckily I easily found the safari office to grab the gear we needed and meet our lovely guides for the day. From the bottom of the ski hill, we started our snowmobile trip after the necessary instructions, and it got so hot. I've never had to open up all the zippers of my suit, let alone take it off entirely. After driving for a while, we arrived on the lake to do some ice fishing.
Unfortunately, once again, we had no luck at all and left the lake without catching anything. A bit further ahead, we stopped at a traditional kota for lunch. We got some hot berry juice, sandwiches, and even some sausages. We continued our journey as the sun set and the golden hour made an appearance. But not before a deep snow rescue. No clients were harmed though. We ended the ride at the igloos of Snow Village, and once again we got the tour and had the drinks. But this time I had something to toast to.
Guys, I just heard that I got my dream summer job. I'm going to Greece.
After a celebratory slide, almost causing an accident, it was time to enjoy the amazing food in the ice restaurant one last time this season.
Alright, we have had a great day doing the snowmobiling. The snowmobiling wasn't that great in itself, but the ice fishing, everyone had fun, and then Snow Village is just simply amazing this year. We all enjoyed that, and now I am getting my gear ready to go and catch some northern lights. We decided to meet at 10. The cloud looks clear, the sky looks clear, and also there is northern lights already. So it's just a question of us getting to the lake, and hopefully it'll get quite bright as soon as we're there. All right. Good morning. I have dropped off my clients at their extra excursions. When they book extra, I don't go along. I just drop them off at the pickup points. And now it's time to pack my bags because we are going to Santa Claus in Rovaniemi. So we have a 2-hour bus coming up.
After one last lunch in Levi, we got on the bus for a good 2 hours to go to Santa Claus Village. If you want to see an in-depth guide of Santa Claus Village, I did make a video about this already.
Made it to Santa Claus Village. I gave everyone a tour, and then we went to go get a group picture with Santa Claus, of course, which is quite pricey. We did it with the whole group, and it ended up being a lot more expensive than I thought it would be because of all the people in the picture. But yeah, it was really cool, and now everyone has some time off, and then we are off to the hotel. All right, room tour. We have a beautiful room all to myself, and bathroom. This looks nice.
In the evening, we had an amazing buffet dinner, and the breakfast was to die for.
After having way too many pecan pastries, it is now time to pack again and check out, because now today we are going to the Arctica Museum, and then we are moving all the way to Syote again, and we are going to the Ranua Animal Park along the way.
First things first, we checked out and headed to the Arctica Museum for our tour and a good lunch before getting back on the bus towards Ranua. Here you can see all the Arctic animals that are otherwise very hard to spot. Even Venus came out to play and enjoyed some treats. Not a fan of animal parks, however, and after buying some chocolate at the original Fatser store, we continued our journey towards Syote.
I have arrived to my chalet for the upcoming few nights, and I have a whole chalet to myself, including a kitchen and everything. And there's 3 rooms and 2 bathrooms. On my list it did say that I would have to share with another tour leader, but nobody seems to be here, so I will check at the reception if anyone else is coming, or if I really have this place all to myself. Right, I'm gonna show you this place. I just claimed this bedroom because it is easy access from the front door, so I don't have to carry my luggage all the way up the stairs. And there is a bathroom here, and then the other person can have the bathroom upstairs. But this is what it looks like with the sauna included. Let me just turn off the light. Another toilet right next to it. Then we have the living room, kitchen, a drying closet and regular closet. Then let's make our way up And we have another bathroom up here. There we go. Hold on, where's that? And 2 more rooms. There we go. Same as downstairs. And we have a really great view out there. Snowy trees. We ended the day with a good dinner, and after a lovely breakfast the next day, we headed to the Husky farm. I was the designated driver for an older client, and it was the hardest trip ever due to the fresh snow. Good morning, guys. It is our final activity-filled day of the 2 weeks that I have been here now. And today we are going by snowmobile to the reindeer farm and then back by snowmobile and then going on a snowshoe hike. Ending tonight with a fondue dinner, so it is a very full last day, but I'm very excited. The group has been amazing. Everyone's had the best time, and tomorrow I am dropping them off at the airport. Yesterday I had a day off, so all I did was work on the computer, had breakfast, had lunch, and had dinner. That's all I did. I exercised, did some work, caught up on some series, not gonna lie, whilst I was doing some work and some research for my next trip. Let's get this very busy day started. Okay, we made it back from the reindeer. And we didn't do much snowmobiling. It was only 15 kilometers in total. I love their Lappish reindeer herding dogs so much. And yeah, it was fun. The lunch place was also super nice. And now I must get a layer off to go snowshoe walking because we are gonna be hot. It is not that cold. It is snowing and there is a lot of fresh snow. So it will be a bit challenging, but should be beautiful nonetheless. The snowshoe walk turned out so much more magical than expected because the sun finally made its way past the clouds. That was an incredible snowshoe walk. I cannot believe the sun decided to come out. It cleared up completely and we had an amazing view, and now the sun is setting and it's just looking absolutely incredible. So that was an amazing last activity, and now we have a special fondue dinner, and I do look forward to it because I know that I will be eating mostly reindeer and salmon for the rest of my 4 weeks in Ruka. So it'll be nice, even though the fondue is also with reindeer. But yeah. Everyone really enjoyed the final dinner. I personally had many fries because I knew I wouldn't get any for the next 4 weeks. In the morning, we saw a stunning sunrise at breakfast and we headed to the airport for drop-off and pick-up.